Alexa, play smooth jazz.
The station, Smooth Jazz, on Amazon Music.
Alexa, lower. Alexa, lower. Alexa. Alexa, lower. Alexa, lower. Lower. Alexa, lower. Lower. Alexa, lower, lower. As low as you can go. Okay, how's everybody doing? I'm getting ready to come on live, perhaps here, perhaps somewhere else. I have to check my plugins over here. My phone. Let's check the phone out, what's going on. I'm at 50% here. I'm at 80% there. What's going on? How is everybody this evening? I have a little tea. What else are we gonna drum up over here? What can we eat? Just something to eat, just something small. Something small to, how is everybody? We're gonna take a piece of bread, perhaps a piece of bread. I'm getting ready to go live, right? I'm gonna, How is everybody? I'm just getting ready to go live. We see that there is absolutely nobody here in the 2 minutes of time. Just give me a minute to set up. Oh, this is pretty weird, eh? Nothing here. So we're getting ready. Did the dogs want to go out? Do you want to go out? What are you doing with a sock in your mouth there? Hey, you can't bring another sock outside. Hey, hey. Shh. 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 Hey. Come inside. Come inside. Hey. Cookie. Come on, Cookie. Come on. Can't let them out at night. How's everybody doing? I'm going to be on in a minute. Just got to give the dogs a little cookie. Just give the dogs a little cookie. How's it going there, doggy? We're going to do it. We're going to do it over here. Let's give the cookie over here. All right, let's give the cookie over here. Did you want to give the cookie? Out. How about you? You want cookie? Sit. That's it. No more cookies. Okay. How is everybody? I'm not sure who's on. Let's see, I usually like a little participation. Good boy, yes, good boy. Two big, giant boys. Tomorrow we are going out in minus 20 degree, I think, Celsius tomorrow. It's gonna be like that tonight. Hey, big boys? Hey, what you doing there, big boy? So, do you know, wow, it keeps disappearing, the live chat, top chat, super chat. Okay. So, do you know what I do? Jeff, have you ever been on this channel before? These dogs are just amazing. And it keeps dropping away from me. The chat just keeps disappearing on me. I don't know. I have absolutely nothing prepared tonight. So perhaps we can start with, let's see if I can find, I don't really want to keep drawing out all the numbers, you know what I'm saying? Let's do the American flag. If you like to do the American flag, we're not drawing it up the way it's normally done on the flag. I'm doing it the fractal way with the cells that I have, right? Now I'm doing it across this way. I can also do it this way. It's not going to be the same if I do the American flag this way as I do this way. The counting of the area space creates the half area. If you notice, when you put it this way, I can go evenly up and evenly across. When I go on an angle, it's not the same. The dots and area space are not the same. I'm going to show you what happens. Dots are not the same. If we count this way, I'll go 1 dot, 3 dots. If I use a line, I'll go 1 line or 1 box and 3 cells. If I go this way, I'm going to turn my paper like this, and if I'm drawing a line this way, I'll have 1 dot, then 2 dots, then 3 dots, then 4 dots. Counting down here will be 1 by 1, and one of the ones creates a half area space right over here. So counting here 1 by 1 by 1 creates a half area space. When counting by 2s, right, using that we have 1 dot here, and then you have 3 here. Or you use the line where you have 1 area space connecting 2 dots to where you have 3 lines connecting 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. But it becomes 1, 3 now counting by 2s. So counting by 2s gives you a complete area space. And when you're on this 45-degree angle, or whichever angle you want to call it, right, we're only going to be counting 1, 2. Now it just so happens that, oh, my bread, hold on a second. It just so happens when it gets to the deck of cards, and I'm not at home right now because I'm babysitting the dogs, that the Jack, the Queen, and the King each have a different kind of hat. With the Queen, the hat is like this. Hey, there goes my bread. There goes my bread. Okay, that's okay. Could have been a bread spread, right? So, yeah, and I tend to lose myself sometimes when I get on a trend of thought. What was, let me see. Okay, free teachings, I think so. What does it mean by free teachings, I think so? I don't know why I'm not able to. And usually I go on TiCHeConnectT at the same time, but I'm not there now, so I'm just gonna stay on this. Yeah, so I'm gonna go on with that. I'm just trying to see if I can see my own live. Right, I need to see because I can't see the comments properly on the TV. So let's just go with, these are just a bunch of anomalies I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna explain to you how I get to this analogy, right? And if you wanna talk about whoa, that was pretty crazy, right? Let me just fix this here. Let me just fix the, okay. So yeah, so see this dice cube? I don't like that it's not straight enough for me to see myself. Right? Hey, okay, just 1 second. Looks like a dice cube. More cubes. More cubes. This area over here holds 9 areas. I'm showing it holds 9 areas because this shows me to the corners. Now, are we going to think And if there's one in the center, there's one on each side, that means I have 3 across. If I have in the corners here, I have to have in the corners here, showing me I'm going to have a 9 area space. If you say no, please explain it to me. If we don't agree with something, that is going to be great. When we agree with something, it means we understand. Why I'm saying this is because over the last 20 years, what I've come to the conclusion with is that we need to learn the basics amongst us. Things that are absolutely fair for everybody. And when it's not going to be fair, they're going to tell us. And you're not going to be forced into it or obligated. Meaning, if you go to a game and you take out a dice cube, this dice cube is going to have 6 sides. It's going to have 6 sides for me, and it's going to have 6 sides for you. Now, I want to know, is that true or is that false? On every single side, you're going to have a number of dots. Is that true? Greetings, Venus. Is that true or is that false? Does this cube have 6 sides? Is that true or is that false? There are 3 reverse sides. There are 3 reverse sides, just like a hexagon, just like the rings of the NASA, right? Has anybody ever seen this word before? Is anybody, well, I like to just show it with a little color. I like color, right? If you've never been here before, just let me flash this up at you. My apartment, when I'm in it, right? When I'm in my apartment, this is what you're going to see. This is where I live. I learned this over time. Go to sleep at night, wake up in the morning, and different visions. And if I didn't paint the vision, I wouldn't feel too good. But it was also on a lot of medication. And the only way to get off of it and the only way to feel better, I started to paint directly to how they taught me. You just need to draw a line and then you have to put a little bit of form to it. So I just followed the instructions and I just had visions. So I painted that. At the same time, I began to understand what dots and dashes were. And if you can see all these dots that are underneath, this is from a game. This is a mathematical understanding of what happened when they took the Canadian penny off the market. It created this lower design here. This one comes from a game. I don't know if you ever heard the game. The game is called Roulette. Came from that game. Thank you, Exena. I can't really pronounce the name. Rubik's Cube and this are exactly the same. This is like Rubik's Cube. Why? Why? Sorry for eating. I'm going to stop soon. But why is it like Rubik's Cube? I will explain it to you. When you see something on a smaller scale, you don't notice the impact that you're missing within. This is a singular cube. If it was exactly like Rubik's Cube, it would have 9 per face. Here is 4 with 5 missing. Here is 1 with 8 missing. Here is 3 with 6 missing. Here is 6 with 3. It's okay. I know you're watching us. You know what a canine is, don't you? Does anybody know what a canine is? Do you know that the K is the 11th letter in the alphabet? If you called it a king, they would say it would be the 13th card, MK. MK coming together. They both have a representation of 1,000, but K is the 11th letter. When you have a canine, you have a dog. When you have a dog leg in golf, it's off to the left. When it's off to the left, they say the left is blue, and it's demolition, Democrat, dice, or one of the moons of Mars, which is called Deimos. Mars has 2 moons, Deimos and Phobos. Earth has 1 moon. The 1 moon that we know. We only know what we have learned and where we have learned that we know. And what do we know about what we have learned and from who we achieved this understanding? Anybody familiar with the Mona Lisa? How about the other word inside Mona Lisa? Right? Let me see if it comes up. You can see this word, right? These letters over here says na, and this is sa. Mo, na, sa. NASA in Mona Lisa. The spinning of the cube, of Rubik's Cube. There are 26 area spaces surrounding the core of this cube. In Rubik's Cube, there are 18. Let me see if I can find this here. It would be really nice. There are 18 to the cross. It's 6 and 12. When you go around this way, right, you're going around 8. When you're going around this way, it's 8, but you already used 2 of them, right? And then you go around this way. It totals 18 high. 18 high. Then what you do is you have 8 to the corners. 4 on the top and 4 on the bottom. 18 high. 18 is part of the sun system in the E world. And the reason I say it, I'm going to explain it to you, but before I get on with that, I wanted to finish on how I began this. I'm just going to write it down. We're working with the sun system 18. Okay, I wanted to finish off with this piece over here and how this comes to be. Let me see. Yes, so when I'm gonna try to see if I can keep up with everybody, the questions and the remarks. Okay. What's my favorite color? In reality, I don't, but it switches all the time. You know, it depends the way I feel. But I like burnt orange, Harley Davidson, HD. I sometimes, depending my mood, I like lime green. I used to not like brown, but it depends what I'm looking at, you know, and what is brown and whether it's a glossy brown or... When I used to really like brown is when I used to go bowling. I used to like to have my brown bowling ball because I can see it had a good grip upon the alley, but I don't really have nothing special. The image, mathematical representation of what happened to the Canadians' economy when you removed the opening. Hold on. The image was a mathematical representation of what happened to the Canadian economy when they removed the opening. I'm just trying to understand that, sorry. Yeah, so when they removed the penny from the market, right, let me show you. I'm just gonna create a real quick piece. Although my understanding because of games, right? My understanding because of games shows me that things, it's not really squares that we work with. We're really supposed to be working with rectangular, right? And there's a way to create a rectangular shape from a diamond because the pieces fold, and I don't have all my equipment here, and I'm a little awkward because I don't have any gadgets or gadgets to set up. So when I explain certain things, I'm just hoping that either you can see it, what I'm showing you, or I just have to try really hard to help you understand what my vision is, because I've seen it at work. Just wanted to do one thing with what I just mentioned, and I probably shouldn't have. Open up another can of beans. This envelope over here, or what might look like a long stretch of highway, right? The more you have a point, the longer the stretch is. If I take this and bring it inside of here, and this one inside of here, I only end up with a square shape. When I lift it to the top, I end up with rectangulars, or what I like to call as bricks. Just give me 1 second to see where I was. You know, I have so many books in front of me. Yeah, okay, so let me see what was happening here. Call this 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this is 3, 6, 4, and 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 second, 1 second, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7. This is 8, 9, 1, 2. And then this one, okay, just give me a second. Hey, come on. Can't go out, it's after dark. Can't go out after dark, especially when you're barking. Okay, so this is 3, 6, 5, 4, 7, and this is going to be 8, 9, 1, 2. Just give me 1 second. You can't do that. You can't do that. You know you don't have to pee. That's the third time. Grab a sock and go play. Here. Here's a sock. Go play. Okay. So this is what happens when they take the Canadian dollar, the penny off the market in Canada. What happens is you're going to be paying with 3, 6, 5, 4, 7. This is your connection. Looks like the limit. And then over here is going to be 8, 9, 1, and 2. There is no 10 cents in this. So this is the market. I just want to finish off with the American flag, the 50 stars. If you take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 6, 6, 6, 6, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 times 6 equals 30. And then in between, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to have 4 by 5 equaling to 20. And you're going to have 6 by 5, right? So now if you want to look at something, I'm hoping that I brought this with me. Oh boy, I don't think I have it in my bag, but the calculator. Have you ever looked at the calculator? I'm going to write this down. Just give me a second. Yes. 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5. 5 and 6. 9, 11. Crossing through here. This area space, right? That area space is going to say Fed. F-E-D. Or it could be an abbreviation to our mirror creation, the E-world life. We're born into the E-world, 5. Our life is noted to be 6. We come in here through the mirror of the cube. This 4 is located not only in 4, but it's also located in 5 and in 6. 4 is in both 4, 5, and 6. It becomes the Fed. To design this in letters, the design shows up right over here in the letter M. Roman numeral 1V and V1 equaling to 4, 5, 6. And there are 1,000. It's the top of the top number. It's 1,000. It's the 13th letter. and it will connect the moon system. It will connect the moon system. Okay, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, so I'm gonna just hold that in your head. I just want to finish off with this. So what happens, right, is in between here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can see it's the reverse now. Where we had 6, we have 5 void. Where we have 5, we have 6 void. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And now we're going to go over here. 31, 37, 43, 49. So now we have what is 49 void, and we have 50 stars. And the total is 99. We have a total of 99 area spaces in which, when it gets the wing, when you put a wing on it and go all the way around, you're going to create an area space that's going to be 13 by 11, which is, I think, 143. When you do that, the inside 99, the total of 143, leaves you with 44 area spaces. Remember, 44. Every single number that you use, we're going to look at these dice cube so we can see what 44 does, right? We're going to look what 44 does. Tri-state. So now we understand that 44 is going to be a division between night and day, because every number, okay, has a void. Every number has a reverse number, a balancing number to it. Every number can be related to a letter in the alphabet. Every letter in the alphabet, okay, although they're different numbers in different positions, when the positions are brought back down into formation, into the birth formation, which is 9, or the life cycle formation, which is 10, it's 10 being the center heart of the circumference of an area space. A 4 area space, a 4 by 4 area space, a 1 area space, and a 4 by 4 area space. That within between what is the 1 area space, you're going to create what is a 3 by 3 area space. And the reason you create the 3 by 3 area space is so that you can live in between this area space, 4 by 4, and this area space, 4 by 4, to have the center of space here. When you separate it, you can go do your M. In fact, you're going to do M and M for both sides. What you're going to get next is the R letter, is you're going to have one R over here and one R over here. They call it the 180 degree, the 90 degree, and the dogs are fighting each other. So they have the 180 degree cross. When you're lying across, that is when you're lying across this way, you're sleeping. You're in both worlds. You're in both worlds sleeping under both moons, the moons of Mars, Deimos and Phobos. When you're here at the beginning of your dream, I'm presuming, only because I believe or I understand, or because I've done the artwork, I've placed the numbers to it, I believe that it's the 90 this way. I believe the sleeping position is this way. And it's not just that. It's just I believe my father-mother creation ends up showing me that I become the 11, the E and the F. And because of the mirror creation, it is the mirror creation of what is EF. Federation Def. The 6 that we are, the reverse is 1. It's right in the center. It is the dead center. It creates it because it's in our heart. The sun is in our heart. If there's another one up there, actually, that what we were fabricated to see and feel, maybe there's nothing. Maybe there's nothing at all. It's only because of our understanding, and we don't have a better understanding to know any difference because of how we see. So I can base it on that. Now you can come back and you can say to me, well, this wasn't real and that wasn't real. Well, guess what? If there's a word in the dictionary, the word is real. I'm not looking to put these words into definitions or categories. I just take it for the word that it is. So many times I've heard over and over, it's the word of the word. What is a word? Well, English didn't exist 2 and 3 and 4,000 years ago. Well, in game science, guess what? I upgraded the game. I upgraded the car. I upgraded the computer. We're further in the future, right? Was this game played before? Possibly. Have you ever played games before that all of a sudden you have a nicer suit on, right? Things evolve, right? If there was a creator from the past, you don't think there would be an imagination that this game should evolve? And if there is no creator, right, and it was the Big Bang, then in order to create the story I tell you is next to impossible. It's not, well, it's 100% possible, but the relationships are uncanny, how perfect these dice cubes are. Try and remember this. 5 times 3, 5 plus 3, equals to 15, and equals to 8, equals to 23. 2 plus 3 equals to 5. I spin it around to 2 and 4. 2 times 4, 8. 2 plus 4, 6. 6 and 8, 14. 1 and 4 is 5. They both reduce to a single digit of 5 and 5. So let's look at something else. We're going to go 6 and 2. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 and 12 is 20. 2 plus 0 is 2. I flip it to the other side. I got 5 and 1. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 and 5, 11. 1 and 1 is 2. Now we're going to go to 44. This is the division of day and night. This will create the 8 heavens connecting the 2 moons of Mars on that side. If you think that you came into this world with 1 speaker moon, what about the 2 earmuff moons? The ring around the collar, the doghouse that we live in. Excuse me. Just give me 1 second. No. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, this one over here. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, equals 6 and 9. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. I turn it around, it's 4 and 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 and 16 is 24. 2 and 4 is 6. That is absolutely perfect. Not only that, our basic creation. You ever ask yourself, hey, what about Michael Jackson, ABC? Right? Michael Jackson, ABC. Anybody ever hear of Michael Jackson, Jackson 5? We live in the E world. We're being pulled by a fifth wheel. Bertha, Big Bertha, is a golf club. It's the one driver. The one sits in the heart of the delta angle, which is, hello, let me shut the light. Maybe it's the light. You can't do it. You can't go barking at this time of night. No, you're not both going out. There's no way you're both going out. You need to go out? Go. You're not both going out. Oh, besides that, that's the end of this sock. This is the end of that sock. So where was I? Big Bertha is a driver. Now, why would we call Big Bertha, which is supposed to sounding like a female, that we would call it Big Bertha? Why was it the driver? We have a fifth wheel on the 18-wheelers. The 18-wheelers have a tandem in the front of 8 wheels, plus the drives of 2 wheels, 2 and 4, right? 2, 4, and 4, sorry, 2, 4, and 4, right? The trailer has 8. You're going to say that is going to be 18. Is it that simple that we should say it's an 18-wheeler? It's a big rig. Big rig, Big Bertha. The driver, Big Bertha. The one driver, okay, that's pulling, okay, that's being pulled. Hold on a second. The one driver, the fifth wheel area. The motor is what? Is the female the motor? I don't know how to unscramble this reality, just to show you that on a tractor trailer, this is where the fifth wheel is. The one dot that fits in the center, right? So imagine if you said 0 is all in 1. Yes, because to the center of everything that's around it is 1. And it all that is. So the 18-wheeler, okay, the numeric value for the sun is 54. You need 3 times 18 to equal to 54. It just so happens that Rubik's Cube has 18 around 1. Isn't that one known to be the watering hole? When you get to the 19th hole, after you play your round of golf, the 18 holes of golf, and then you get back to the clubhouse inside of here. Also to note that when you say 18 in French, you will say 10 and 8 as a separate word, right? So when you say 10 and 8 as a separate word, you go 39 and 49. The value of 10 is 39, and the value of 8 is 49. 10 more. How is it 10 more? We live in the star system. It's birth into the star system. 3 and 9 and 4 and 9. I'm going to show you this in 1 second. Equals to 88 and 78. Oh, and 79. Sorry, I should have. It's 79 and 88. And you have to remember all the numbers all the time because 7 and 9 are very special. Okay? They're all special because they all tell stories. This is what happens. I'm going to show you this. A, B, C, D equals to 10. A, B, C equals to 6. A, B, D equals to 7. A, C, D equals to 8. And B, C, D equals to 9. Okay, just give me a second. I'm listening to the dogs run around me. Did I leave the other dog out? I think I did. I hope he's not barking. So, just give me a second. I had something in my head I wanted to say. Yes, so like I said before, our basic creation is right here. See that? 1 and 2. It must come together like this. This is where it all stems out. After father and mother, right? After the singular moon, Luna, and the 2 moons of Mars, we come into our creation. It's 3 and it's 6.
Remember that. Because what happens to 1 and 2 is that within our creation, it becomes the heaven's gate. 7 and 8. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, 7 and 8. The word sperm is 71. It just so happens that Pisces, the fish, is 71. It just so happens that Virgo is 71. 71 will create 7 and 8 and then come back to create 71. But when it's creating itself, right, in 1 times 7, 1 plus 7, right, what happens is that 7 times 8 equals to 56 and 15. 56 is a number that goes along with the word wolf. Wolf is number 56. The lamb is 28. Mars, excuse me, just give me a second. Come inside. Come inside. Come in. Come on, Aussie, Denver. Denver, come in. Come on, Denver. Come on, Denver. Okay. So now that I showed you that 1 and 2 is our base creation, right? And we end up to be this. The horse is number 65. The wolf is number 56. But what it is about the wolf and the lamb is that the earth moon runs at the 28-day cycle. The word lamb is number 28. The word man is number 28. It's a part of a Mars connection of where you have both M and A in the word Mars as you do man. But in Mars, you have the R. But in man, you have the N. One is the different ways that we're crossing through. The R is crossing through the sun system cycles. The N, which is the 14th letter, is going to be part of the energy for, connecting the moons and the sun. Okay? And the reason for that, the N is the 14th letter. 1 and 4 equals to 5. The M is the 13th letter. The division in the alphabet is between M and N. The R is the 18th letter, and it is the heavens circling 1, and it goes into the sun. 3 times 18, we need 3. Remember, 1 between 2, creating 3. Everything needs to be by 3. After that, the 4th one, it creates the replica, right? Just like crossing the finish line, you just touch it, and you give it everything after, what comes after that finish line. So once you hit the other side, you're talking about 4 sides will now equal to what a ring is. You had 3 opposite sides. You have 4 sides to the ring, and you have 2 sides to the pole. 2, 3, 4 vibration. Of the 6 sides of your life coming on the 6 sides. When you come here on day 6, in your 9 months of birth, you are born under this 10-star system. Let me see if I can put this here and show you the 10-star system. The 10-star system, 1 and 9, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 4 and 6, 10, 2 and 8, 10. And as you see on this cube, you will not use 2 and 8 in this instance. And in this instance, you won't use 4 and 6. You will use 6 and 6, 12, but you'll use these 6 when you're sleeping. You'll use these 6 when you're awake. That is your total of 12. It runs 2 of these per ruler. Every time you have a ruler, you need 2 of these. If you had a yardstick, you would need 6 of these, because there are 6 sides times 6 is 36 inches to a yardstick. That is your creation, 360 degrees, your creation of 6. So when we come here and we need the 1 day of rest, that 1 day of rest will be with what is the lunar moon. And also what will happen is the lunar moon runs on a 28-day cycle. So we're going to run the day of creation 6 by 28 because our arrival here is through the sun and moon system. And we count our year off, right, through the moon and our astrological signs. And I'm understanding that we're running the sun as the yearly or the Chinese zodiac seems to me how the sun is moving, and the Western astrology seems to be how the moon is moving, but there's still more to discuss on that. So when we get to the 7 days of rest, right, it'll be 7 times 24. And when we get to the birthday, when we come onto this planet on day 6, it'll be 6 by the 28th cycle of the moon. Now, since the wolf, okay, is number 56, it's 2 times 28, where the lamb is 1 times 28. So that's how I identify, understanding that the gateway will come through the moons of Mars, and that will be the wolf, where the lamb enters into the house, number 28. That tells us that I have 6 coming of my arc, my body, my fleshy robotic, connecting to the 1 dot, the lunar moon, right? Or the heart, or the 5th wheel, or is that father coming into my heart? Then we have the 2 moons of Mars. So the 2 moons of Mars and the 1 moon here equals to the 6 and 3 creation. And we always have to remember there was creation before creation. So it's going to be 336. You know what's ironic about 336? 12 moons at 28 days equals to 336. 3 times 3 is the 9 birth. 3 plus 3 gives us the body, the creation of the light. So let me get back to where I was over here. Hi, Cherry. Hi, Cherry. Hi, Cherry. How you doing? Bertha and Cherry, we're 2 at 2. Everybody's liking. Remove the penny, yes. So we're going to go back to the 18-wheeler, right? Where the 18-wheeler is now going to be 10-8 and it's going to be 88. When you reduce and add to a single digit, what is 39 and 49? Where am I over here? Where am I with the 39 and 49? When we're with the 39, so what we do, the 3 and the 4, is where the polarity shows up between the 3 on this side, right, and the 4 on this side. You see the way we flip it around? The base of your creation, okay, let me see if I want to finish with the sun, explaining that sun system, right? We're pulling, right? It's being pulled. Everything's being pulled. I don't know how this starship moves. I have no idea, but something's being pulled. And don't forget, we see a lot of stuff on TV, right? When you see on TV, doesn't it look big? Doesn't it look like there's a whole lot? We think we see a whole lot right now because to us it's big, because maybe we were made that small. Has anybody seen the size of an atom? Right? It's this big. So imagine if all the people in the world were just this big. Imagine, can you see it? All the people in the world were this big. Like that. The whole entire world. 8 billion people would fit into this house. Can I fit 8 billion, right? And how about RAM, memory? Where's my conscious memory? What happens when I go to sleep at night? When do I begin to dream? I'm going to finish with the sun first. So what happens? We have the 18-wheeler. That's where the sun comes in. It's 10. 8 is 18. It's also 10 minus 8, equaling to 2. When we have it as 18, the I, okay, the I is the opposite of the 18. If I minus it, it becomes the B. It becomes IR, and it becomes B and Y. So if you're looking for combinations ending with any of these combinations over here, like when you look at bi, you might be actually talking about the 180 degrees and the 90-degree wing, right? The wing, the 180 degree across, and the 90 degree here, giving you one of the wings, right? The wings to life. Just want to see if I have one of the designs already made somewhere. Let me checking one of my books. Oh God, there's just so much. Whoop. Well, I don't know where it is. I have to put more stickies in my pages or something. Okay, I'm gonna just draw it out again. I'm gonna draw it out again. I didn't draw it properly, but if you take a look here, right, you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here, right? 1, 4, 2, 3, and then over here you'll have 6, 7, 8, 9. The top part and the bottom part. You see the way that looks like you have a 69 that's separating this area. I'm not drawing neat. It's a little bit late, right? So what happens here is you now end up connecting two wings. You connect two wings, and you've connected the 10 house. Let me see if I didn't lose my page. You connect the ABCD lower wing. Forget about what the numbers are. We just need to know that we use 4 area spaces. It became 10. Then we went ABC, it was 6. And ABD, it was 7. And ACD, it was 8. And BCD, it was 9. With our 9 birth comes the 8 heaven to the 7th gate of the 6th life of the 10-star world. In the 10-star world, you will connect 1 and 9, 10, 2 and 8, 10, 3 and 7, 10, 4 and 6, 10. But when you go to sleep at night, right? When you go to sleep at night, you are going to connect 4 and 6, and you're going to disconnect 2 and 8. It's one or the other. You have a total of 12, 9 and 9, 18, but you're only going to use 6. So you're only going to use, did I say that right? Yes, between day and night, you're only going to use 6. So you're going to have day 6, and you're going to have night 6. The thing is, during the day, right, you're going to have 1 moon. And during the night, you're going to run with 2 moons. So when you're going into your REM sleep, and you lie down to bed, you're going to have the residual value within your mind, within your conscience that you breathe every single day of what went on during your day, from your last night's sleep till the 90 minutes when the pull of the day fills up, and then you enter into your realm sleep 90 minutes after, just like lie down and be quiet. Please, I love you. I really, 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 really love you. But you can't do that because it's annoying and it hurts me. It hurts me inside. You don't want to hurt me inside, do you? I don't want to hurt you, but you don't understand because you're like a big kid. You're like a big kid, so I understand. So I'm going to give you a hug. Give me a hug. Give me a big hug. Oi, 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 oi. Your big hug. Now go lie down and eat a sock. How's everybody doing? So far I showed you, I just put in front of you the ABC. Now you're going to see another number with this. The other number is because of the star system. It's an addition and a multiplication. When we connect our numbers, our 1, 3, 7, and 9, we're going to create this multiplication sign. When I'll never use, right? I could use, but I normally shouldn't use, but I will use. When is it that I will connect the sleeping and the awake at the same time? Now, in the star system house, I'm going to show you what the star looks like. Here's what the stars look like. You have a single line going up and down. This line is valued at 33. This line is a value of 33. This line over here, going across this way, has a value of 1 and 1. This is 3 and 3. This is 1 and 1. The value of this line over here gets a value of 2, 2, 2, 2. And this line over here gets a value of 4, 4, 4, 4. When you connect the star system, right, you're going to connect 3 lines. You're going to connect 3 of the lines. You're going to connect 3 of the lines. You're going to connect 3 of the lines, and 3 of the lines, they're all different. And you're going to connect that through what was all of the lines over here. All 4 lines will break down into 4 different sets of 3. Each one of these will be crossing through the center area over here. There are 4 of them, okay? Crossing lines equaling to a total of 30. There was something in my head. I'm just grabbing the chair to put my foot on it. That was the value of 30. Now there's 4 of them, and there's 4 months of 30 days. There are 7 months of 31 days, and then there's 1 month. That will end with 28 days in a 3-year cycle, because in the 4th year, on ABC 6, in the 4th year creates 10, you've just connected the star system to where each one of these plays a role into the star system. We have this side, we have this side, we sleep going across, we have the ACE letter. The ACE letter, or the A letter, noted to be spelled as A and ace in the deck of cards, although we see A. The A shows me that it can be split up the center. I can have the left side to the A, I can have the right side of the A. I live on top between the two over here. I believe it's a 4x4 area space to what is a 1 and 1 area space to what is a 4 and 4 area space. So when you have 4, 1, 4, we live over this one here, giving us the life in the 3 cubed. Giving us the life in the 3 cubed over here. Right over here. So this side will be 4x4, right? 64, 64, 27, 128, 138, 148, 151. Did I get that right? 4 by 4 by 4. 4 by 4 is 16. 4 by plus 4 is 8 equals to 24. 4 by 4 by 4 equals to 64. And 12 equals to 76. 64 and 64 equals to 128 plus 27. That's what it was. It was 155. I'm just trying to calculate something of this 64, 64, 64. But it's 128 with an overlay because the house is already here. The moon is already here. The sun is already here. All we do is connect up to the system. And when we connect up to the system, we get that value. Our base creation, by putting alpha, beta together, okay, is right here. Everything must reflect this one over here. There's 3 dot and 6 void. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 6 is 18, sorry. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 and 8 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. 9 and 18 is 27, and that's a 9. We live in the house, like I mentioned before, of the 99 area spaces of the American flag, where there are 50 stars and there are 49 voids. The combination between the birth, right, between the 8 equals the number 49, and between the birth and Mars, which are numbers 4 and 9, which is 2 squared, which is 2 cubed, no, 2 squared, 2 squared and 3 squared, which is the communication house, the CB code, right? BCCB is where your 6 and 9 come into life. See, the only letters that bring your 9 birth, right, your 9 birth into your 6th life, or the 60 seconds on the clock. We spoke about the REM sleep going at the 90th minute. It's 1.5, did I get that right? Instead of being the 6, right, the 6th life, instead of it being the 9 birth, we end up in the 6th life. So now when we go to sleep, it takes that 90 minutes to get into that realm where we were born from the altar world, the moons of Mars, into this house where we live with the lunar moon. But in reality, that lunar moon belongs to Venus. Those Mars moons belong to Mercury. Mercury goes with Mars, 4th and 1st planet, equaling 1 and 4. 1 and 4 is king, 41 is home. It takes number 65 or 56, the wolf or the horse. Takes number 65, and it takes number 24, which is going to be the cat, which is going to be the gateway, which is going to be the E-world to the 9 birth. Why I say that is because the number 5 equals to 42. The number 9 equals to 42. The cat, what has 9 lives in the pound, right? The dog pound, the pound key, the K9, K equals 11. With 9, we are living in the doghouse. 9/11 is a K9. 2 systems that come together under the 1 lunar moon in the 8th heaven to the 9 birth, okay, in the house of Bate to the 2 moons of Mars, the wolf moons. So the numbers of 6 times 5, 6 plus 5, will equal to 30 and 11, equaling to 41.19. The 24 is going to be 8 and 6, equaling to 14-02. What means when I multiply and add 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, it creates 8 and 6. When I multiply and add 6 times 5, 6 plus 5, it creates 30 and 11, 41. It becomes 1441. What's going on? When you have that number of 65, you have to understand that we spoke before that you have the 7 months of 31 days and you have the 4 months of 30 days. That number 31 is going to connect into the electric moon. It's going to connect up with Saturn. It's going to connect up with angels and to the 7th gate, understanding the rotation of numbers and also understanding where 11 resides. When you take a look at this and you count 36, there's 4 of them 36. Well, there's 4 sides here. Regard those 4 sides as 36. But what you see is you see 2 opposite of 5 and 4 opposite of 3. So you will see 14 dots of 36 equaling to 22 voided area spaces, or 11 and 11 and 11. This cube is noted to be 11, 11, 11 to 777 dot. Also to note, when you look at this, right, here's your A, B, C, D on the top, and on the bottom is the other wing. There's one wing here, and there's one wing here. It's connected here. The S will connect it together, but it doesn't matter which way you go, right? It doesn't matter which way you go. We're going to create the S, the 2, the 5, in order to show you how the two systems hook up. The 1 and 9 will hook up. They're two different systems, this side and this side, two different systems, right? 1 goes with 9, upper level. 2 goes with 8, upper level. 3 goes with 7, upper level. And then 4, 5, 6 connect, the Federation. Saturn square, the Federation, the black cube. What you see is a black cube. Because you see nothing, it doesn't mean it's not there. You just don't know how to get underneath. You just don't know what the line is there. So 7 comes 11, right? We are that 11 creation. We are that student. If you walk into a game right here that they throw these dice, they're going to scream out before the point is made. Understand, before the point is made. Before the point is made. This point is a Mars point. Earth is a line. Mars is a point. Earth is a line. The reason for that is the numeric value of Mars is 51. The numeric value of Earth is 52. There's a 1 separation. When there's a 1 separation, according to this cube, it means there's only a half separation. There's one item on our body, but there's a few on our body that we can separate. One of them is right here. The butt only has one area, right? The nose has 2 areas. The mouth has 1 area. This one over here, when you split this 1 area, it'll become half and half, equaling to the letter E. Just 1 second. I don't know why I got a message at this time at night. I don't know why I'm paying attention to that. Okay, just going to put this back up over here. I think the 2 dogs are still in the house. So where was I with this? I'm just trying to, so we're living at the center of 2 areas. Now I wanted to show you this star system that I just drew out over here somewhere. I don't know what page it's. I don't know why I have to go so quick, you know. I don't like everybody to wait. Here's something else. When I was breaking up the zodiac signs, right, during the day, the 12 zodiac signs count for time during the day. It's 2 hours per sign. But as you're moving into a sign, you're moving out of a sign. So when we move, we can move in 2 fashions. We can move the Earth way or the Mars way. The Earth way, we're going to rotate by 20 minutes. 4, 420, 440, 5, 520, 540, 6. Right? We're going to overlap 1 minute, equaling to 61. That's the numeric value for the church. When we're working the quarters of Mars, the quarter houses of Mars, we go from 4 to 4:15 to 4:30 to 4:45 to 5 to 5:15 to 5:30 to 5:45 to 6. This one over here, we connect 1, 2, 3, 4 areas. This one, we connect 3. This is going to create the dog. This one's going to be part of the cat. This is going to be the octagon. This is going to be the hexagon. We need 4 hexagons for communication in the house. With 4 hexagons, right, we create the octagon. The octagon is 8. Dog is number 26. Cat is number 24. It's the communication that comes together inside the house. Hold on a second. This is very annoying. Lie down here. Lie down here. Come here. Come here. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. I'm not happy with you. You can't keep doing that. I know. Maybe just lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You should see what happened when I get into the bed. They both jump in and they bark at each other. So I have to move all the way over to the corner of the bed so one can sleep up here and the other one can sleep by my feet. It's like I got the dog moons on me. So, yes. So we have this over here. So we come into this world, we have the full communication. Now, when we're awake, communication happens like this. This is the way it comes in the box, but this is not what happens. When you go to sleep at night, it turns this way. We connect into the 2 sectors. Otherwise, we're like this. I should show you what this design looks like, because the 33, which is a 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, which equals to 6 and 9, is also a piece of artwork that shows you how the towers stand up. I'm going to see if I can draw these towers in here. Don't hesitate to send me a whole lot of hearts or thumbs up. Wow, I'll tell you one thing. My camera skipped to live. Let me see this. Yeah, my camera was running behind times over here. Let me see if it's showing me. My live chat is not. Oh, okay. Eat away, brother. MNOP, like in Monopoly, right. So what happens with this is when you come to being awake during the day, these 2 cubes come together, forcing this one up and forcing this one down. Does it work out that way? Yes, because you see this cube? See the way it's turned this way? The cube is going to turn the other way. See the way this one's pointed up? Now they're pointed going this way and going this way. So you can, well, I should have designed this one going the other way. These 2 are kissing, these 2 are kissing. When you take a look at them, right? It's actually a V. You see the V that comes into this? You get one down like this, one down like that. It's like 4 buildings. There's different ways you can do it. So, yeah, so that's what happens when you're awake and when you're asleep. Just like I mentioned, where's that dice cube? Just like I mentioned, this is when you are, I like to use this, that when you are sleeping, and like this is when you're awake. So although you have 12, right? Although you have 6 and 6, 12, you're only going to use 6. But if you take a look all the way through here, you can see through, it's always going to be a 7. This one will always be a 7. So you're going to have what is 6 and 6, 12 will actually be 14, but it will only work as 7 and 7. When it's on the top, it'll be a 7. When it's on the side, you are automatically going to see a 14. See, we see the 6, 7 over here, and 7 over here is 14. When we look at this one, you're going to automatically see a 5. And if we show it on an angle, you're going to see reflections on the inside, right? But this is going to be a 5. See the 2 dots and the 3? You're going to have 5 and 5, 10, and 7 and 7, 14. That'll be 24. And then when you show the next one, the top and the bottom one, it'll be 5 and 5 again. But when you look at it, it'll be a 2 and a 3 void 5 to what will be a 5 and a 0, 5. It's a little complicated because there's more math to do, and sometimes I can't twist my head to get it all done or figure it all out, or if I remember it or not. Sometimes I pick it up and learn it on the go. I've been picking this up for over 20 years now, and it doesn't look like there's anything that's going to stop it because I already understand the formation of everything. Another thing I wanted to note is that when you, I don't know if I want to bring it up here, right? But there's a difference between looking at 9 dots and looking at 9 area spaces. Because in order to create 9 area spaces, I need 16 dots, or 4 by 4. In order to create just 4 boxes, I need 3 by 3, and that's where the explanation where 3 opposite 4 comes in. Also to note that the 3-4-7 combination is Sunday to Tuesday, add Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The 5 and 2-7 combination is the 5 days of the week to where we connect the Saturday and the Sunday. And the 6 and 1-7 combination is when we have the 6 days of the week and the resting day on the Saturday. And what that focuses on, that's all focus, folks, is the 6 and 1, the 5 and 2, the 4 and 3. They're all going to equal to 7 and 5, 7 and 3, 7 and 1. I'm just trying to see there's something else inside of this I wanted to speak about. Just give me a second. Yes, the 6 times 28, the 5 times blank, 5 times, just give me a second, 5 times 32, 5 times 33, 5 times 33 plus 3. 5 times 33 plus 3, 4 times 42. Okay, now what this is our week is made up, okay, of these 6 days to our creation. To the E world is the 5 days. The 3 and 4 is what happens is once we get from the base 3 ABC creation to what is D, the delta angle, the 4th side, or we wear the ring with the 4 elements, that is your 22 creation. Okay, the 4 sides is your 22 creation. There's many ways to look at this one. We can look at it as the 4 sides, which will create the delta angle, which once we get to ABC 6, we add 4 equaling to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. To where also that we run that 4 cycle before we start over again, which is 4 by 25%, right, to equal to 100, or in time, it's 4 times 15. We do come from a system of 90. Even when we play blackjack, they pay 1.5 times the wager. So if you go 1.5, what is 1.5 times, 1 second. Yes, 1.5 times 6 equals to 9. So your Mars creation, okay, and Mars being a fixation of what is 1.5 or 51 to what is Earth's formation to what is 2.5 or 52 to where Earth, the creation through Mars gives us the quarter life of Earth. And then we can see that again with Mars in blackjack, where ace is 11, our creation, the divided sun, right? 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 will equal to father and mother of creation, which will equal to 2 and 1. 1 and 2 or 2 and 1. 1221 is our creation, comes right here. 3 times 3, the 9 birth. 3 plus 3, the 6th life. We come in the 6th life with the 1, 2, and 3 moons. The sun and the 2 moons, plus the moon inside our heart, or sorry, the sun inside our heart, the 5-4 sun inside our heart. I'm just getting a little tired. There's just so much, to share. Also to note, there was one other thing, and it had to do with, Now, I'm not sure exactly which way I should run this in the zodiac, because the zodiac has to be reconfigured. What they're telling us is that the friendly sign in the zodiac is Aries. That's going to connect to Leo. That's going to connect to Sagittarius. So I believe that's something to do with the divided sun between them. Then what we have is we have Taurus, and then we have Virgo, and then we have Taurus, Virgo, and then we have Capricorn that are going to come together, right? That'll be 2. And then what we're going to get is we're going to get Gemini, then we're going to get Libra, and then we are going to get Aquarius coming together. And then when the mirror comes in, we are going to pick up Cancer. Then we're going to pick up Scorpio. And then we're going to pick up Pisces. And that is going to be our basic A, B, C, D base creation. Now, if we want to go into the ABC creation, it's going to work a little bit different. This is where we're going to work with the, let's begin with the fire sign, where we're going to end up with Aries, then we're going to end up with Cancer, then we're going to go over to Libra, and then we're going to go over to, did I get this right, Capricorn? Something's wrong. Hold on a second. Let me write this out. 1, 4, 7, 10. Okay, so we're going to have Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. Then we're going to get Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. Then we're going to go ahead and get Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius. I'm making a mistake. 3, 6, 1, 4, 7, 10, 2, 5. Hold on. No, sorry. Yes. Okay. Yes. So it's Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and then we're going to go to Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Then we're going to go to Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Did I say Sagittarius already? I might have made a mistake, right? So anyways, I'm getting a little bit tired, and I think we're going to call it the night. Another thing just to note, for our moving sine wave, see this wave here? It's an obligation. See this area space? I can't draw a straight line. So in order to go from one side to the other, I have to go up and down and create life inside the area. Otherwise, we're running a straight line, and there's no life on the straight lines or in the corners. There's other things. All games tell stories, right? And all designs tell stories, right? Here's a 6, here's an 8. You see that 8 here? I want to show you something. And depending on the area space, is that within every octagon, there is a hexagon communication. Now, if I crisscross that communication, I create what is the candy wrapper. So we're going to have to understand how these solenoids work. And then in between that, you can see the C letter here and the C letter here and the hexagon over here. Well, by overlapping both of these hexagons, I ended up with a centered candy wrapper in between. And notice the way the crossing lines, okay, end up in between an area space. X marks the spot. I don't know what that means right now. Here's another. It can be like this. It can be like this. It can be like this. And it can be like this. You can have, and then there's a shift in everything because there's Saturn square, right? And that shows me a numeric shift. But anyways, peace and love, and the Candyman can. Thank you very much for watching. Everybody have a good night. Peace and love. Cheers.